What Freemasonry isn't, however, can be stated easily enough. It's not a religion or a religious cult. Its members are not Satanists or Luciferians. Its rituals are not bloody oaths to the death. The Brethren have no connection to the Holy Grail or to the Knights Templar of the Crusades. They're not a political organization, and above all, they're not a secret group of powerful men hell-bent on achieving world domination. What Freemasonry is all about is much easier to convey. At its simplest definition, Freemasons are a benevolent, social, charitable organization whose members seek to learn more about themselves in order to benefit their families and communities. Masons are knowledge seekers, their fraternal education focusing on lessons that help them on a journey to achieve moral and spiritual enlightenment. They are non-sectarian, and while their membership must profess a belief in a supreme being, it can be any deity. Individuals of all faiths are welcome to join. So what's all the hoopla about? Why is so little known about such a historic organization? Why so much controversy? In truth, there is plenty of information on Freemasonry both in print and on the web. But more often than not, it's a bit confusing and often limited to a specific opinion or theory. At the root of the problem is perhaps their alleged secrecy, but in reality, all Masons are free to acknowledge their membership, and their rules, constitutions, rituals, and ceremonies have all been written about publicly. It stands to reason that if the Masons were indeed a secret society, none of this information would even be known. One will find in this narrative that there are no definitive answers when it comes to the origin of Freemasonry. Despite the astounding amount of information available on the Brotherhood, including literature, historical records, documentaries, archives, websites, legends, expert commentary, anti-Masonic conjecture, and conspiratorial speculation, there remain many diverse opinions in regard to who they really are, what they do, and how they evolved. Historians, scholars, writers, and researchers have dedicated an impressive amount of ink and energy in attempting to discover the true origin of Freemasonry. It's a subject that to this day remains a constant source of debate. One theory is that it goes back as far as the construction of King Solomon's Temple in Jerusalem during the 8th century BC. One of the legends that permeates Masonic rituals and teachings revolves around King Solomon's master mason, Hiram Abiff. His story and tragic death play a great role in Freemasonry. Many individuals have speculated that Freemasons are somehow linked to the valiant Knights Templar, an order of warrior monks who fought during the Crusades. Though no proven links have been established, there has been much written about the Masons and their possible connection to the Templars, and by association to such legendary artifacts as the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant. Another school of thought is that Freemasons evolved from medieval Masonic guilds, but the generally accepted beginning of organized Masonry is the formation of the Grand Lodge of England in 1717. 2. A controversial fraternity. There have definitely been times in Masonic history when controversy has plagued the Brotherhood, and it was those early controversies that led to a new breed of critic called an anti-Mason. Anti-Masons have proven to be a constant and sometimes deadly force to be reckoned with. Famous anti-Masons include Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini, Millard Fillmore, Pope Pius IX, Edgar Allan Poe, Hermann Göring, General Francisco Franco, and Pat Robertson. In the past, there has been no shortage of theories when it comes to the writings and ritual practices of the Brotherhood. In regard to the latter, much has been made of the alleged blood oaths that initiates are made to endure, which in reality are strictly symbolic and relate to the legend of Hiram Abiff. In relation to Masonic writings, conspiracists and religious groups have had a field day, choosing to analyze and ultimately misinterpret Masonic literature and even portray the Brotherhood as Satanists and Lucifer worshippers. Unfortunately, these misunderstandings are clearly the result of allegory and semantics taken out of context.